Right guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here with Kerry's Hurricane. Now, for those of you that haven't seen this on social media, I'm not sure where they'd have been, to be quite honest with you, but this is probably one of the most powerful RSs. It's the most powerful car we've done to date on meth, isn't it?
On meth, yeah.
Make sure we get that bit in for Kerry. But on, you know, pump fuel, I'll let you finish this sentence
I can't remember what it did on pump fuel.
Not as much as Nick's.
670 or something, was it? It
No,
wasn't
I
over
think
700, was it?
No, I think it was even lower than that, actually.
Was it?
It was about, I'm sure it was, oh, I think you might be right, actually.
670 or something, I'm sure, yeah.
So, it's
about 100 horsepower short of Nick's car on pump fuel.
Yeah, obviously. This car's been mapped by 𝘕𝘼 at Horsham. So, 𝘕𝘼 has always done a really good job for Kerry, and Kerry really happy with the outcome from 𝘕𝘼. So, he's probably not going to change from 𝘕𝘼. It's probably going to be 𝘕𝘼 mapped again. How many times can I say 𝘕𝘼 in a sentence? At some point it's going to change to something else that we're going to have to bleep out. Anyway, so this is on a precision turbo, which is completely different to Nick's setup, isn't it? Which is on a Garrett GT
X35 84 RS.
That's it, yeah. So this one's on a precision turbo. This one is a sidewinder rather than Nick's being conventionally hung behind the engine. There's a load of real differences to this car. This is more show, whereas Nick's is very much subtle and understated in terms of its appearance. It's like murdered out, if you wish, whereas this is really bling. It's got skulls on here now. Is that remaining, or is that the
No, I'm pretty sure it's going
one?
carbon,
I think it's going carbon now,
yeah.
isn't it? I think that's right. So there's a ton of bits on this car.
In fact, that's...
It's not the old one,
I think that's just on there for day to day because they keep...
Oh yeah, and he puts the other one on show,
yeah, they
doesn't
keep
he?
melting. So.
Yeah, basically, we had to put a bit of Nimbus material on the back of it so that it stops it melting. So this is on 𝘖𝑗. As we said, it's got a sidewinder manifold, so you see the battery's gone. The battery's actually remotely in the boot. That's got to move now as well, hasn't it, Ben?
Yeah. It's not, but
no. Kerry's asked us to do it, yeah.
We might just show you why we're not going to move it later.
Yeah, later in the video at some point. Have a guess in the comments down below why Kerry wants us to remove that remote battery that's in the boot. I bet you can't guess. Every time Kerry comes here, pretty much part of its annual service and annual pilgrimage here, what do we change on this car, Ben?
Plenum.
Yeah, the plenum, because it goes slightly off-white, so we change it to another one. But on this occasion, guess what? We're not going to have to change it to another white plenum, are we? No. We're still going to have to change the plenum,
That's only because it hasn't been started for a year because of 2020 and all that.
Exactly, that didn't really exist. So, this car came up on a trailer, didn't it, Ben? And
well, you say trailer, it came in Kerry's custom-made box truck.
Yeah, so it came in, yeah, exactly, flashy gate. Normally it's recovered by us, but on this occasion, Kerry brought it up himself. We couldn't get into the grille, we couldn't get into the bonnet, we won't go into that, which is why the badge is removed, because Ben's had to get to the lock. We won't go into the reasons behind that, but anyway, it's all sorted now and all fixed. It's actually got a custom interior in this as well. Seamline actually did that probably about 3 or 4 years ago, was it now?
More, I think, so was it from here actually? I can't remember. Yeah, about getting on 4 years.
Yeah, it's getting on for 4 years. So it's got a custom Alcantara. It is Alcantara, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alcantara dashboard with blue stitching. It's got, again, Alcantara covered door cards and rears.
It's all, yeah, he's left,
and everything.
Yeah, stock seats are completely stock dynamic, aren't they? And he's just gone Alcantara blue stitch on.
Did he do the back of the shell seats as well? He did,
the back of the shells are Alcantara as well, yeah.
So it's way over the top. There's so much spec on this that you couldn't really go through it in one particular video. It's dripping in spec art. It's got auto specialist gear on it. It's got BHP Performance custom tubular manifold and the turbo setup. It's got some of our hard pipes on it. It's got an AirTech intercooler still on it. Gobstopper
now, yeah. I'm sure, yeah.
Gobstopper. This is actually its second engine that it's had. and that's not because the first one failed or anything. It's just the first engine, he decided that he wanted to go for a linered block just in case he wanted to go for more power beyond that 800 mark. So we put liners in it just for that particular reason. So it's actually a linered block. It's got a ported and polished cylinder head on it. It's got Marley internals, I think.
I think we did on the
Marley
latest
internals on the
engine,
latest one. It changed from the original 𝘋𝘬𝘗 just because it became more popular to do the Marley ones. So yeah, that's that. It's got a Pro Alloy catch tank. Not sure why, but I think we modified that, didn't we, to fit the AN fittings on it? I'm sure we did back in the day, but
can't remember.
Anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful car. And if you haven't seen this on social media, seeing it the first time now, please feel free to go and have a look about Hurricane. He's a really popular guy. He's actually quite a nice guy. We won't hold him being it from South Wales against him too much, will we?
Not too much.
I'm sure those of you who haven't seen his plates will pick up at some point when we take these over show plates off the fact that he's a Swansea fan and all that malarkey. Is it actually on there?
No.
Oh, it's there, yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't got the over plate thingy over the top.
We've taken it off. But yeah, so the car hasn't actually started for Kerry tells me since about September last year, so it hasn't been out of the garage. It's languished in the garage, unstarted. So it came here and was loaded on the back of his custom-made box vehicle that brought it up. So we haven't started it at all yet or anything like that. And the idea is now that we've made a slot behind us, Mikey Rollins has just left us, and we're going to put it on the ramp. We're going to change the oil on it, check it all over, get it started for the first time in many months, and make sure it's ready for its next bit of its journey. Now, I suppose we're not that keen on this journey, are we? In reality.
Not if it goes how others have gone.
Yeah. So the idea about this is now chasing a bit of power. We're not going to tell you too much information in this one video, but we are, or Kerry's chasing a bit of power. So that means changing a few bits. So we've actually got some of the stuff here to do this. As we've alluded to, the fact that plenum's going to change again, but it's not going to change for this one. And obviously there might be a small snail upgrade. We're not overly excited about this for the reasons that this car drives okay as it is. Any big turbo vehicle, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that most of the big power, big turbo conversions drive, they're not great to drive, are they, Ben?
They're not particularly nice to live with day to day, no. But it drives all right, this one, actually.
Yeah, it does. It drives all right, to be fair. But when we do this to it, it's going to enter another realm. And if you've ever looked at some of the stuff that Butsy's written, Grant Butler, in some of his threads, he's admitted that at a certain point he went too far with his car, and we think that that's where Kerry's going with this. But it's his car, and it's, you know, at the end of the day, he doesn't use it every day. It makes him happy, and that's all that really matters. So we're going to have to move the battery. We're going to have to see if this plan materializes as it is, or we're going to have to do more than we thought we were going to have to do, and we're going to go from there. But for now, we'll get this thing onto the ramp, get the oil dropped, get the fluids checked, get everything checked over, do initial startup, take the vehicle, get an MOT on it, and then tomorrow at some point we'll test it up the road properly and just make sure everything is still as it's meant to be. Ben's already picked up that vac pipe there no longer fits. That was one of the ones that you can buy on the internet, wasn't it, that has been modified.
No, this is just one that we had to make up because of the location of the manifold. We've had to come round the front, so
it's just got hot being by the turbo. You can see from here it's just melted. So we'll have to think of another solution for that, and we'll get this done and dusted, get up the road, get it tested, go from there, and then maybe in the next video we'll actually talk to you about what the plan is and let you in on some secrets and take you along the journey. Right, so we've got a full custom stainless steel exhaust system on this particular car. Now it's got, is it 4 inch all the way back to this V-band?
Yeah.
Or
3.5, was it?
3.5 inch,
I can't remember.
Right the way back from the downpipe, right the way to this V band, and then it drops down to 3 inch into two small silencers at the rear. Now the difference with this particular system is it's got no decat on its own, and it's got all V band clamps and joints on it. It's got a single fuel pump that's our custom spec of fuel pump, I suppose, and it's the equivalent of three
Bosch 044s, yeah,
in terms of flow rate and the ability to deliver fuel to the rail. In the tank itself, there's an upgraded pump to a lift the fuel to the swirl pot that's at the back or at the rear here on the subframe. The underside of the car's in alright condition. It's a bit dirty considering it's done not very many miles, but the subframe, all the rear arms and the front subframe and everything have been coated in like a hammerite wax oil, is it that they call it? I can't remember.
It's like a wax oil stone chip mixed thing. It doesn't fully set properly, so
yeah, so it remains.
But it's tough. But it's tougher than wax oil.
It is actually tacky on there. We're just going to drop the oil now. There's no leaks on the car, as expected, because I haven't done that many thousand miles since it was last here, but it has sort of gone over its service schedule, if you get what I mean. So we're going to drop the oil on it now, much to Ben's dismay, and we're going to waste a load of oil at basics, because we're just going to test it on the road, make sure that it's all good, and go from there. But we'll get this oil dropped, we'll check it over, and we'll come back to you when it's MOT'd. Right, so that's it, another MOT passed. This thing's fit and healthy, as they say, and ready for some more power. Now, we'll come back to you in the next episode to update you about exactly what's happening. I was going to put a teaser in this video, but to be frank, you'll have to find out next time. So stay watching, stay tuned. If you haven't already, then subscribe, hit that bell icon to stay notified of all the new content that's coming.